Well, everybody, if you are having a bad Monday, I want you to know that there is somebody out there that is having a much worse day than you. Now, this is not somebody who just got hit with some bad news today, but it was just a few days ago, actually. He was arrested and charged with multiple felonies, very serious stuff, and it all has to do with allegedly selling fake Nintendo products. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of fake Nintendo products being stored in a warehouse in New York, and this is all allegedly, of course. This is all just an arrest that was made. But I haven't seen a lot of people talking about this, but this is a very fascinating story. So this is all coming from, well, I'm actually just getting it from the source themselves. This is a press release from the county of Nassau. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's on Long Island, not the part of Long Island that's on New York City. It's just outside of New York City. So I've got this in the description in case you do want to see it yourself, but here we go right here. This is posted on September 4th, just 4 days ago. It says, Lawrence man charged with selling millions of dollars of counterfeit Nintendo products online. Isaac Lapidus allegedly sold hundreds of thousands of counterfeit Nintendo products on Amazon out of an Island Park warehouse. And gross sales of the alleged counterfeit products totaled more than $2 million. So this is a 34-year-old guy that was arraigned actually the day before the press release, Wednesday, September 3rd. Now he is being charged with 2 felonies. This is trademark counterfeiting in the first degree, which is a C felony, and conspiracy in the 4th degree, which is an E felony. It says the defendant pleaded not guilty and was released to pretrial services. That's kind of like a probation supervision, even though you haven't been convicted of anything. It's kind of just as stuff is pending. So it says he is due back in court on September 18th. That is 10 days from now. And if convicted, he faces up to 15 years in prison. I'm kind of surprised it's not more given how serious this is. I mean, yeah, it's just a bunch of cute Nintendo products, but yeah, I mean, look, we're talking hundreds of thousands of stuff. And so this is a quote from the district attorney. It says, for years, this defendant allegedly hawked hundreds of thousands of counterfeit Nintendo accessories for popular consoles and games through several Amazon seller accounts he controlled and kept the phony merchandise in an Island Park warehouse for distribution to unsuspecting buyers. And despite consumer complaints about imitation products in their Amazon reviews, sales totaled in the millions of dollars. He went on to say counterfeit products are not just bad for business, they can also be dangerous for consumers, especially when electronics are involved. And then he goes on to give some advice on how to kind of identify these, fakey fake products on Amazon. And so it looks like this was all actually a joint effort, or at least initially, by Amazon and Nintendo. I guess they both basically got reports of this kind of misconduct going on Amazon, so they referred to investigators, and yeah, the rest is history. I do get a kick out of all of these seller account names that this guy had. Like, one of them was literally just called This Too Shall Pass. Okay, I'm not trying to victim blame here, okay, but if you're gonna buy a Nintendo Switch device, check to make sure first that the seller is not named This Too Shall Pass. I'm gonna say something like that's probably fake. So as far as how these products were initially identified as fake, it says a review of the products offered through the various sellers by Nintendo revealed several inconsistencies with legitimate Nintendo products, including incorrect serial numbers, product codes, incorrect designs, and incorrect Japanese language characters that confirmed the products were indeed counterfeit. Okay, so as far as the brass tacks, the numbers that this guy was pumping out, so it says based on Amazon sales records across these 5 seller accounts, between October of 2018 and September of 2025, more than 200,000 Nintendo docking stations, 10,000 Nintendo Switch dock adapters, and approximately 15,705 counterfeit Pokemon Go Plus accessories were sold for a total gross sale amount of more than $2 million by the 5 seller accounts. So this was about a 7-year operation, and he made, well, at least the gross anyway, was $2 million overall. Doing the math, that's almost $300,000 a year that this guy allegedly made from literally just having a warehouse in the middle of a New York City suburb with just a bunch of fake Nintendo stuff. If these allegations are true, that means there are about 200,000 houses out there that have fake Nintendo products in them. I want to know how many of those people actually know that they're fake. I would assume the majority probably maybe still don't. don't. Unless, of course, the products themselves have broken years ago and they just tossed it. Wouldn't be surprised with a fake product. So yes, this guy, as I said, faces 15 years in prison. I think the real question is, if he actually goes to prison, is he going to tell his cellmate and his buddies at lunch that he's there, because he robbed a bank or something? Is he just going to lie? Anything is cooler than saying I had a warehouse full of fake Nintendo products. So anyway, we'll see what actually comes out of this, but for now, this guy is free. He is out and about on pretrial supervision, and I would assume that his days of having a huge warehouse full of Nintendo products are officially over.